Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to improve the villager hut. Now, no one's saying that there's anything wrong with the villager hut per se, except me. I'm saying there's something wrong. It looks weird, it's boring, it's time to improve it. If you follow this video along, you'll be able to turn this into this. As you can see, I've made a very slight improvement. However, I haven't changed the base structure of the villager hut very much. I've kept a very similar set of materials to upgrade the hut, and it doesn't look wildly different from the original hut. Now, it just looks good, it doesn't take too much effort to do, and if you turn every single hut into a village into this, then you'll have a pretty nice looking village. I've even done the inside as well. Now the inside is actually usable, and this actually also works as a nice little base starter home. So why don't I actually show you how to improve this thing? Before we begin, guys, could I ask you one very small favor? Could you give this video a like if you enjoy this sort of thing? It helps me out no end, and it inspires me to do different things like this. And also, subscribe if you do want to see more. And on top of that, if you'd like, comment down below and let me know whether you'd like me to improve any more of the village. This was an incredibly fun video to make. I had a blast upgrading this little villager hut, and I think that I'd love to do it to some of the other features of the village. So just let me know down there in the comments. But that's more than enough talking. Here's what you're going to need to upgrade the hut. You need some spruce wood stairs, some oak wood stairs, some cobblestone stairs, some oak wood fence, some spruce wood fence, some spruce wood slabs, some oak wood slabs, some cobblestone slabs, and some glass pane. Plus, we need every single other one of those materials that you can see in the inventory right now, so you might just want to take note of what we have, grab it all, and then you can proceed to upgrade the hut. And we might even need some more after this, guys. Trust me, I'm pretty bad at this. I always forget something. So, once you have each one of these, here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to want to knock out this cobblestone stair right at the beginning of the build. We're going to throw a spruce wood stair in front of it instead. It looks a little nicer. We're going to form a cobblestone block left and right of the stair. We're then going to knock out in front of the stair by 2. We're going to knock out in front of the stair by 2, and we're going to place spruce wood slabs there instead. We're going to knock out left of that little path by 1, and we're going to knock out right of that little path by 2, like this. We'll be utilizing that later. We're now going to dig around the entire hut, so we just want to dig a space around the entire hut, as you can see me doing now, like this. And we want to place a row of cobblestone going around the hut. So where we basically just deleted going around the hut, we want to have a layer of cobblestone that goes around the hut. This is made a little bit difficult by the surrounding plant life, but, you know, we'll get there in the end. It doesn't really matter. You know, you have to chop down a few trees to make some acorns, or however that saying goes, if that's even a saying. So you want to have something which should look like this. That is perfect. What we now want to do is we want to grab a couple of different materials. We'll grab some grass blocks and some jungle leaves. And we want to place a jungle leaf coming out of each one of the 4 corners of the house. So we want to have a jungle leaf coming out of each one of the 4 corners of the house. We want to have an upside down oak wood stairs coming out of the center of each side of the house. So where the window is here, we want an upside down oak wood stair coming out of each side of the house. Also, on the back, we want upside down oak wood stairs coming out of the back 2 corners. So like the bottom of the left, the bottom of the right. We want to place grass blocks everywhere else in between, and that also includes the front here where we have this little space to the right, and also the left hand side, like that. We now want to grab some wooden trapdoors, some flower pots, and some poppies, or whatever flower you personally like best. We're going to place wooden trapdoors in front of each one of the grass blocks. This just kind of makes them look like little planters, little flower pots, or like places that you'd put flowers. They look quite nice. The grass got destroyed itself. Oh, and we also want to do the same thing on the front where we have the single block. The only difference with the single block is that we want to place a flower pot on top of it on the front with a poppy inside of it, and everywhere else we simply want to place poppies. That villager better not farm my flowers, otherwise I'll get very upset with you. He's looking directly at me. We're just going to move over this way. Something else that we can do whilst we're out here is we can grab the water, the lime-hardened clay. We can also grab ourselves some wooden buttons. So you can place wooden buttons. Get out of the way. This is the same farmer guy. He's not happy with me. You can place wooden buttons in front of the cobblestone blocks. You can also, with your cobblestone slabs or cobblestone blocks, you can extend the cobblestone that you have underneath the jungle leaf here out in front of the build by 2. You want to fill the space between the cobblestone and the spruce wood in with green or lime-hardened clay, and then the space on the right you can completely fill in with water. Place spruce fence on top of the cobblestone, and also place spruce fence here on the right as well. As a matter of fact, this would also look better if it was cobblestone. So underneath the fence, place some cobblestone. And that is, for the most part, the nice little garden that you have going all the way around the base of your house. It makes a massive difference here. And if you want to make it look ever so slightly better as well, where you have the pool, you might want to destroy the 2 blocks underneath the house, the garden, and replace them with cobblestone because it looks a little bit nicer, just a tad nicer. Also, where we have the flower pot, place a wooden button directly above it, right there. Now, we want to place 2 oak wood fence coming up from this left-hand cobblestone block, just left of the entrance, 1 and 2, like that. We then want to take out our oakwood stairs, and we want to destroy the 2 oakwood blocks above the door, and we want to replace them with oakwood stairs. We also want to destroy the middle block, just right of the door, and we want to replace that with glass. Underneath that glass, you want to destroy that and replace that with an upside down oakwood stair. Going right of the oakwood fence, you want to place a spruce wood slab on top of it, and then go right of it by 1, like this. What you can then do is you can pretty much take the entire roof off of this thing. So the 2 rows of oak wood that you have for the roof, you can just knock them clean off, like that. Let's move to the left-hand side now. And by the way, you have to do the same thing to the left-hand side as you do to the right-hand side. Well, on the left-hand side, we're going to begin by placing, or by destroying the very center of this side. So destroy the very center row of the side. You then want to place, starting from the bottom, a cobblestone stairs. Place an upside down one on top, and then a regular facing one on top. You can do the same on the opposite side as well whilst we're actually at it. Like this. Then we're going to destroy the 2 center blocks, left and right of the stair. So left and right of the upside down cobblestone stair, destroy the blocks and replace those with glass pane. Like this. You can do the same thing on the opposite side. Like so. If you want to make the roof look I made a very slight error there. If you want to make the roof look a bit more interesting, on the side of the house a bit more interesting, if you like, you can add like upside down oakwood stairs at the top and at the bottom as well. Although I'm not going to do it at the bottom, despite the fact I think it might look a little bit better, just because I just want to maintain a couple of oakwood plank blocks, just for variety. On the back of the house, what we want to do here is we want to knock out the middle row, we want to place glass pane in it, and then in the bottom row we want to place oakwood stairs, and the top row we want to do upside down oakwood stairs. Moving back over to the side here, we want to do, with our oakwood slabs, we want to have a row of oakwood slabs that sits on the upper half of the top row of the side, so it'll look like this. The middle block, however, is to be knocked out, and you want to place a spruce wood fence there, and you want to connect it down to the ground, like this. Do that on the opposite side as well, so we want to, on this side, let's place the fence first, like that, 3 rows, and then we want to do the oakwood slabs. just in between, like so. We're now going to run a row of oak wood slabs on top of the row that we just placed. So like one row inwards and upwards, like half a row like this. Can you see what I mean? Like above, like it's now on top of the house rather than on the side of the house. We then want to, with our cobblestone slabs, we want to do a row of cobblestone slabs that sits in between the two rows, and it just wants to sit inside of the top of the house. We're now going to put a row of oak wood slabs, or maybe, you know what, here's something better that we can do, is we can destroy that, and we then want to place a row of oak wood slabs that sits just above the empty space at the top of the roof. We'll add the cobblestone in later just so that it feels a little bit more cooperative. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like this. However, from the outside, we want to have the illusion that we have ourselves some cobblestone. So we might have to form blocks here, and we might actually have to use blocks. And we might just have to knock out a part of the roof, so the row behind, and then we might just have to place some cobblestone blocks. So a partial part of the roof is actually cobblestone like that. It doesn't have to come as high up though, like that. So the roof actually still looks quite nice. And on the sides of the roof, if you like, you can also place like a cobblestone slab on top of the spruce wood. So you can have that cobblestone if you like, or you can use, like I did in the original, you can use oak wood slab. It's kind of up to you what sort of effect you want to go for. It might actually look better with the oak wood slab. However, at the top middle part of the roof, we also want to have some light. So we're going to knock out the top part of the roof, and we're going to place some redstone lamps here. And we're also going to light those lamps by using like levers or however you want to pronounce it, like that. So that looks very nice, and it also has the nice little effect of actually lighting up the inside. If you like, you can also add some wooden buttons around the house. You can add wooden buttons to the middle row of the rows of oak wood that you have around the house. So you can just add buttons going all the way around to add a little bit more life to it. On the inside here, you'll notice that it's a bit boring. So we're going to knock out the floor here, like this. And we're going to, with the cobblestone stairs, we're going to leave these 2 blocks alone at the back, because these are going to be chests. So imagine that we have a double chest here, and then we want to place sideways cobblestone stairs around that, like that, right? I'm going to destroy the bottom half of this chest and place a regular block there. I'm then going to place a bed on top of that. Or maybe I have to place it from the... Maybe I have to place the bed like this. There we go. And then I have to destroy each block one by one. And I can just place a chest here, and then a chest here, and then the bed stays suspended. I'm now going to take out the crafting table and the furnace, and just left of the bed, I'm going to place a crafting table and the furnace like that. I'm going to grab a painting and place one here, and that is pretty much it for the interior. There's not too much more that has to go on. If you want to kind of like make things even, it kind of depends how you placed it. Like, you could place some extra cobblestone here to kind of give the light a bit of a nice little effect, but that's pretty much it for the inside. If you wanted to, another idea for you is you could make a nice little underground shelter just underneath this little hut, but that's not necessary. You don't really have to do that. That's completely up to you. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the villager hut. It has taken a nice little change. We've grabbed the steering wheel, Jesus didn't have to do it for us, and we have transformed what was a pretty boring hut. We actually have a couple over here. A pretty boring hut that comes in a couple of different varieties, into something that's a lot more respectable. It looks a lot nicer like this. Now, if you do want to fit this into your village's terrain just a little bit better, like, I don't know what your village looks like, but mine has these paths that we've kind of intruded upon. Well, you can just very easily change the course of that path, and you can add a nice little change. You can just add a path here that goes like in front of the house. It doesn't have to be on a nice smooth road, and now it fits into the village very nicely. We've not kind of like intruded on anything. And that's the villager hut, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video because I loved making this. I loved upgrading the original hut. You have no idea how much fun it was for me. It honestly was. I love stuff like this. I've not done anything quite like this before, and it was a blast to do. It really was, and I think that it looks really great. I might actually transform every single other hut in this village into this, just so that we can like upgrade everything. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. You have no idea how much I'd love that. I really, really would. Subscribe for more. That's really important. If you want to see stuff like this again, you guys subscribe. Check it out. Leave a comment down below. Should I do more stuff like this? Should I upgrade any more of the village? Let me know down there in the comments. I'd really love to see whether you guys want me to do that. And if nothing else, what we've made right here is a really cool starter house. Like, this is a really, really great starter house, if nothing else, guys. Check out the card system and the description below, because not only do I do stuff like this, but I'm also currently working on an entire city. Yeah, I've undertaken the task of building loads and loads of stuff for a city, and if you want to make anything that you can see on the screen in front of you, delve down there into the card system, into the description below, and look for my real world buildings playlist. And everything on the screen right now has a tutorial. That goes for the church, that goes for the music shop, petrol station, supermarket, everything has a tutorial. If real world buildings aren't your thing, check out the park playlist. Yeah, everything here has a tutorial as well, even including the skate park, the mini golf, everything has a tutorial. We do all sorts of stuff. That's Planet Express from Futurama, also has a tutorial. We're even working on a little theme park over here. The moral of the story is, subscribe, check out the cards, check out the description below. And by the way, if you want to show me anything that you've been working on, follow me on Twitter, at TSMC360, you can follow me there. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.